So it's finally time to check on development. I think it's safe to say that the USA will probably be number 1, but who's in the top 5 or top 10? I mean, who knows? Let's find out. So this shouldn't be too surprising. Yes, the USA are number 1, Russia at number 2, China at number 3. Yeah, not super surprising. However, I would have liked to have seen this number before they took out India and before they chipped away at the northern Indian provinces. Canada at number 4. I don't expect to see Canada stay in its 4th place slot for very long because people will pass them up for sure because there's really no place for Canada to expand towards unless it's for Danish green mark. Don't mind the land. It's supposed to be mark. Trust me. Iran, there they are, number 6 in the world. Indonesia, yeah, they have been flying pretty low under the radar, but I should be thinking about them a little bit more. Indonesia in the top 7, Germany 8th, Italy 9th, and Kazakhstan 10th. Now there you go, Kazakhstan. That's really, really weird. We'll see if Kazakhstan could end up maybe backstabbing Russia, or maybe Kazakhstan and China working together to take down Russia. Obviously, a lot of development in that location. Actually, Russia is about to pass the USA. Russia is about to be number 1 in terms of developments. France losing a lot here. You know what? France was probably ahead of Kazakhstan and Peru, but because they were forced to release so many nations, I think that dropped them down a little bit. The British and the Japanese kind of leading out the, top 15 or something like that. Anyways, let's continue forward. I'll check on some other stats a little bit later, but I just wanted to make sure that we confirmed development finally for now. So I think some countries to look at a little bit more. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Ooh, what will happen out of these two? Is Papua New Guinea still around? They are. That's kind of surprising. What else do we see? Lots and lots of African wars. Africa is going to continue to go to war with itself. So, I mean, there's always going to be conflicts because there's always going to be conflicts in Africa. That will probably, very likely, just continue onward. So far, it looks like Laos is losing. It looks like Laos is losing. I mean, there's a 23. Yeah, you know what? I don't think Laos can do this. I only see a bunch of 1 stacks that aren't consolidated. Is that the capital that they went after? Boom. They did not even stay at war for very long. Just Laos completely collapsed. Holy crap. So Cambodia and Vietnam are back. Laos in a very small position. Well, big move there. There's a very big move there. Okay, so more African wars. I don't think anything else is happening. Is India still, or Mongolia still guaranteed? Yes, but they're guaranteed by China now. They were guaranteed by Russia not too long ago. That's kind of interesting. See, the problem for Kazakhstan is that they're surrounded by some really scary nations. Who are they hated by? I know that Russia used to like them. Yeah, so China and Russia both like them. India loves them. Kazakhstan is liked by most of the world. Maybe it's because they've been peaceful or something, I don't know. But there probably will be an Iranian-Kazakhstan war. And the winner of that, I think, will have an opportunity of definitely shaking up the global politics, I guess, in this version of Earth. All right, so Saudi Arabia, now at war with who? Djibouti? Something like that? I think so. Yeah, they're going to win that 12 war score. Still waiting for the Saudis to go after Iran, or maybe them form some sort of pact. I'm assuming that the Saudis will form some sort of pact to take on Iran, but right now I think they're clearly focused on Sudan and Somalia, kind of going after these lands here. Geez, that royal marriage is still in play. It's 2066. I've noticed that the Saudis lost this alliance with the Iraqis a long time ago. The fact that royal marriage is still up is pretty crazy. Vietnam now going after who? Cambodia? All right. And we've got Peru at war with Bolivia. South America changed a lot in the last episode. Peru got pushed back, and so did Argentina. Brazil made a slight, and Brazil's back at war with Peru. What else is new? They didn't realize that. You did not realize that. Honduras is not involved, so Brazil must have called an offensive war. Mali being surrounded here by, geez, they're getting eaten up from all sides. From all sides. Benin, Liberia. And they already lost a chunk of territory to Benin. That'd be cool to see a small nation. I mean, Benin starts pretty tiny in this start. Egypt lost. They just lost the province. All right, well, Egypt loses a little bit. Israel in a pretty okay situation, obviously still guaranteed by the USA. They will not take out Palestine, because Palestine's allied to Syria, Iraq, and Egypt, which actually all three powers kind of losing, not so much Syria, but Iraq losing a lot of territory. Definitely Egypt, needless to say. I think Syria is the one that's kind of the scary one for Israel right now, that is. Okay, so why did that not take too long? And what happened? This is China declaring another war. Oh, that's how you did it. Well, China might not be able to win this. We'll see. They're at -8. Now at -11. Now, wouldn't that be huge if India gets back its former cores? Myanmar, something like that. They're the only country so far that well, they were the first country to really take a solid chunk of Chinese territory. Then it was Russia. So we've seen China lose only 2 wars so far. Obviously, just recently was the first time we saw India lose a war. But India fought that by themselves. Myanmar, something like that. Wait a second, is Indonesia? Oh, Indonesia has a great jumping off point, obviously, from here. Yeah, somebody needs to do something with Australia, because Australia is a pretty good power, and they're not being used. Someone needs to ally with them. I think that would be a pretty easy thing to do. China's at -15 war score. This was a reconquest, so this was probably China's last-ditch effort. Because, yeah, it's 2069. China knew that there was only a few more years left. I think at 50 years, those cores evaporate, right? So the Chinese AI is like, well, screw it. Let's just try it. Let's try to take back the cores before they are no longer valid. They might have. I mean, it seems like they probably declared that war a little bit too prematurely, though, because things are not going so well. Boom. That's exactly what I thought. I knew Italy was going to attack Provence. That's just what they do. So they'll eat them up. There it goes. And now Italy starts to cut into more of southern France. They're going to have to work something out now, though, because Italy's going to have to... I mean, I'm surprised that Italy and Germany aren't going after France. France only allied to Great Britain. Morocco's not going to do anything. And Great Britain has been really quiet. Oh, my gosh. So all those wars in South America, and this is the biggest results we've seen, Peru just went crazy. As always. And look at those alliances. Holy crap. Venezuela, Peru, and Argentina. And I'm sure the hatred for Brazil is still pretty hardcore. Actually, people really don't like... People are starting to not like Honduras and Mexico. The USA is kind of stopped in Central America, but I'm sure that won't stay for long. How you doing, India? Oh, crap. That's for India, yeah. Well, they're starting to push back. That's China, I mean. Not as bad. Nigeria versus Cameroon. We've got Spain versus Argentina. Again. Which means what European nation is at war or at war? It's weird to see how much... Oh my gosh. Why are you doing this, Spain? What stake do you have in the continent of South America? I mean, I know you colonized the crap out of this several hundred years ago. I mean, I don't see any of your own Spanish territories. Is there an island? Why did you do this? The British? I don't know. I have no idea. It's not like Spain's going to be able to stop them, though. You're really not going to be able to stop the I mean, the only thing that's going to happen in South America, first of all, if they're smart, Peru and Argentina will finish off Brazil. Because if you don't finish off Brazil, Brazil will come back. I promise you. If they're dumb, Brazil will come back. What I think will happen either way, though, whether they take out Brazil or not, Peru and Argentina are going to probably rival each other, or Venezuela. There's no way that these powers stay friendly. Just no way. No way. That's not going to happen. Where are you at now? How bad is it? You've got 1 war score. That's India, at least. China's at -26. Gambia, Spain at 0. This is a punitive war. Second Spanish-Argentinian punitive war. So it was called before. Again, nothing really out of Africa. South Africa looks good, though, after they took over Mozambique lands. So that's kind of cool. Oh, India was forced to release Sri Lanka. They worked so hard for that. Boom! China lost that, and again, out of nowhere, Myanmar seems to be either the luckiest AI in the game, or they're just really smart. I don't know. I mean, we just saw India lose to a Chinese AI that just got wrecked by Russia. That was weird. Yarkand was released. There still is an Iranian-Chinese border, though. That's the important thing to look at. India now allied to Russia. That's all you need. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at these alliances that just formed. Russia sees how they can force... Oh! Holy crap. China, did you ally to Iran? Yes, you did. China saw that they were looking weak. They allied to Iran. Iran could probably move through the Caucasus Mountains and attack Russia. This is going to be tough for Russia. They just got done with the Chinese. So Russia did not wait long at all until they went back after these guys to the south. Again, the Iranians, though, are the question. Because let's see what they do. Oh, they're not even gonna worry about this. They're not even gonna get military access. They're gonna just try to support Chinese lands, Chinese forces back at home. Because yeah, they've got this province where they can go here, or they can go up and around and move through Mongolia. I'd imagine that China doesn't really have much of an army left. I mean, I know that they do somewhat, but it's pretty much a war between Iran and Russia. Why aren't you calling it India, Kazakhstan, or somebody? Really want to see why this was declared. Spain is winning that war against Argentina. That's strange. USA back at war with Mexico. Mexico is dead. Russia's losing this war by -17. Egypt versus Sudan. Okay. And some more African wars. Mexico actually has a few occupations. Good for Mexico. Hey, Mexico has Florida occupied. Oh, well, Mexico allied to Cuba. And you obviously have Honduras on your side. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be enough. Yeah, there's huge American regiments that are just sitting there not doing anything yet. So now they're going to start pushing forward. Yep, that was a smart move. Just genius move for the AI to, at the last second, ally Iran. I don't think Iran can take anything out of this. More than likely, it'd just be the Chinese regaining cores, I feel like. Also, let's not forget that Indonesia probably contributed a little bit because they've been doing that. Okay, so China should get back their cores. Yeah, -17. It's not going to get any better for Russia in this situation. Yeah, Spain is winning over Argentina. I want to look at this. Did Spain land in Latin America or what? No. That is not. It was a punitive war. Well, I don't really know what's going to happen because they don't have any occupations, so they can't really take anything. Just because they've got all this war score doesn't matter. They're really not going to be able to take anything without actual occupying of a forts. At least one fort. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, the USA war is over? That is exactly what I thought. I figured Mexico is going to be left with just one province, and it happens to be in the Yucatan Peninsula. So now the USA could continue to fight through Central America, which they might. They might go after Honduras. Here's the problem. Who has the USA rivaled? Just Russia. And because nobody else has rivaled the USA back, they don't need to rival anybody else. Brazil, I watched this happen. Brazil's going to ally to the USA last second. And Brazil's going to start to make a comeback. They've got to. Because Peru is going to eventually... Either Peru or America... I don't know who's going to be first, but one of those two are going to rival each other. And then the rival of my enemy bonus will start to make a difference. And I think the Americans will start to support the Brazilians a little bit. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because they're at war, aren't they? Brazil has aid of almost the entirety of Europe. Almost the entirety of Europe. that is crazy. Hey, France is back in this. Hey, what does this mean? Belgium is the elector, or the electorate, the elector. Yeah, France is back in this. They done goofed. So is Sweden. Huh. That's interesting. What was that war? Well, how was this war declared? It's another punitive war. I see. And it's actually Italy that declared against Argentina. India going after a small... So India's going to slowly start to eat away at their provinces. We're going to probably look at India one time, and they're going to have like most of their stuff under control. Hey, Egypt's back. Look at Egypt. Yeah, look at that, Egypt. Nice job. Yeah, so slowly India's going to take back their territory, and one day we'll see probably a much bigger Indian font. We should also see the Chinese war with Russia end soon. We should be able to see the Chinese get back their cores. And it's going to start to really heat up in Eastern Asia because these alliances are going to make things tough for both parties, whether that be the Chinese and the Iranians, or the Russians, Indians, Kazakhstani, and the Myanmar, something like that. Or Indonesia. Indonesia's also playing a role here. Now, is Laos allied or Vietnam? Are they either one allied to anybody? No. So, this is still a lot of territory, a lot of room to expand, a lot of region for anyone to expand towards. I should make like kind of a... Oh, that's why Canada's doing so well. They've got 2 green provinces. At least 2 green provinces. No other green I don't see, except for in China. Oh my gosh, who's that green province? Georgia. Georgia, pretty high up there in the development. That's pretty interesting. Germany doing really well, I think, development-wise as well. Brazil is forced to sever peace, and once again, Brazil loses land. Oh, man. All right, so South America is going to really become a thorn, I think, in the American side. I don't know why Europe is so interested in South America. And Russia is collapsing, but I don't think we will see the end of this war. Looks like China's going to really take it to Russia. China really needs to send a big old thank you card to Iran and Indonesia because they are the ones I think that saved China. China, I'm pretty sure, has been out of manpower. They've been in several wars constantly back to back. So China needs to send a nice little thank you card over to both their south and western neighbors. I mean, who's getting these occupations? It's Iran. Oh, there's China. Okay, never mind. They're doing a little bit. But yeah, this is pretty interesting so far. It's already 2078, and we'll see how far we push this campaign. It really depends on how you guys feel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. So things are going to heat up in Eastern Asia. Those alliances that formed between China and Iran, India and Russia, I mean, things are going to get huge out there for that continent. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.